What's up guys, it is your boy Jay and welcome to the hardest rebuild possible on FC 25. We are going to be rebuilding Dundalk FC. But before the video starts, can you please make sure to like, comment and share on this video, and please subscribe to the channel as it will help the channel so much. Thank you guys so much.
A warm welcome to you all. Without further delay, we are pleased to introduce your new manager.
So if you're asking yourself, why is this the hardest rebuild to do on FC 25? They are the worst rated team in the game. We can't really buy much because of the realistic settings. So what we had to do, we just had to put all of our money in the youth staff and just try and hope for someone good. But you know, we actually did get a couple of good potential players in the first season, which is actually quite good for us. But in the first season, we actually made it to the FAI Cup final. Yeah, that's right. This is a Republic of Ireland team, meaning that regardless, we'll have to go through qualification stages to make sure that we get into the European competitions that we really need to get into. But in our first season, Cup final, why not? So it starts with Gullion, through to Keane, through to the Australian Garbett to make it 1-0 against Droghead United. But gets better. Garbett gets the ball again, smacks it right past the Droghead United goalkeeper to make it 2-0. And finally Garbett decides to be not greedy this time, passes it to Gullen, and it's 3-0 in the ST Men's FAO Cup final. It finishes 5-1 to Dundalk, so without even bringing in any of the reserve players or making a transfer, the worst team in FC 25 win the cup final. So in the first season, yeah, we won the cup, which is actually quite a good result. But now we can start making our transfers because we can bring the reserves in that we plan to do. So we actually did make quite a bit of money. We brought in a couple of free agents, see if they would do anything, like Mullen, Keane, Keogh, Forbes, hopefully people like that, because I'm trying to keep it mainly Republic of Irish base. But I saw that on the Wikipedia they actually did have a couple of Scottish players. So it's basically Republic of Ireland / a couple of Scottish players. But in the second season, with all of our reserves now in action, we actually have the chance to win the league. We have a chance to win the SSE City PD League, I think that's how you say it. But it is 1-0 to Dundalk, and then Scully passes it through to Gilchrist to get his second of the game. And then finally, it's McKenna, the superstar, the captain, scores the third goal to make it 3-0 against Shamrock Rovers. And with the game itself actually finishing 3-0, it means that we win the League of Ireland title for the very first time in this rebuild. So far we have won the cup and we have won the league. So you know what, I think we're doing very good here. But then there's more transfers. So I do the loan glitch for rebuilds like this because you just got to. That's the rule. You just got to, otherwise you're screwed. Like for example, Scully went up to a 79 after a +11 upgrade being out on loan. But now we're into the Conference League because we won the cup earlier last season. We are through after beating that team against the Villa. Do we get knocked out against the Villa? Nope, we win against the Villa 3-1 on aggregate. But against Lech Poznan, we didn't stand a chance. We got knocked out 4-3 on aggregate against the Polish side. But because we won the league, we have to qualify for Champions League. We do so against Lech Poznan, who I think we just faced in the Europa League, Conference League. But when it came to Sparta Prague, no chance. Absolutely no chance. But back into the league, the final game against St. Pat's, 1-0 against St. Patrick's, meaning that we have won the league for the second time. And it means that we are back into the Champions League qualifications once again. But since we lost the qualifications, we get the chance to play in the Europa League. And even though we bet Porto, a former Champions League winner, we finished 29th and we don't qualify through to the next round. But hopefully the transfers that we are making are going to be worth it. Some good money involved and a couple of new free agents and a couple of loans for the people that was here last season. So we had players that was back last season into this season. So hopefully with the +79s that we got, look, there's an 85 and an 83 at the end of the loan spells. We beat Helsinki in the qualifying round, but against the same team once again. Even though we got a better team, we still get knocked out 5-4 on aggregate. But when it came to the league, we beat Shamrock Rovers 3-2, meaning we got the player of the season. I don't know why Kaká is presenting the League of Irish player of the season, but regardless, it is going to be Damien Scully who wins player of the season in this long rebuild. It has been a long rebuild at this point. So I'd like you guys to please like, comment and subscribe. It will help out the channel. But Dundalk 3, Galway United 0, meaning that we have done the double, we have won the cup, and we have won the league. But there we go, more loans, because even though they played, they still got to get those glitches up. So a lot of players left, and hopefully they can just grow while they're out on loan. But there we go, Champions League qualification once again. We beat Bodo Glimt 3-0 on aggregate in the second game. But against Shakhtar Donetsk, we was already 3-0 down against the Ukrainian side, and it ends up being a 5-1 thrashing on aggregate. But we're back into the league and up against Galway United 1-0 thanks to Whelan, meaning that we have another player of the season to give out. But who is it going to be for this time, because everyone good is out on loan? It is going to be Darren Collins, who is going to become player of the year. A good season for Darren Scully. And there it is, the league once again. I suppose this animation about 7 times, but we have won the league once again. And this is the part now where we start doing a bit of a clean-up, get some money in, try and get the scouts back out. We did actually manage to find like some actual experienced free agents who actually wanted to come to Ireland. Because the biggest problem was I couldn't really sign anyone that good because they wasn't willing to come to the League of Ireland. And look at this. A friendly, followed by the first leg of the Europa League against USG. So thanks for that, mate. But we beat Braga 3-1. But when we actually get to that leg, I put those clips in order, out of order. Doesn't matter anyway. 2-0 to USG. But when it came to the Champions League, we didn't have enough players, but we had enough heart to get past the Danish side. But Shakhtar Donetsk stops us again in our grasp, because even though we won, they kicked our ass in extra time. But back to the league once again, up against Shelbourne, and we battered them 3-1, meaning we have another player of the season to give out, and it is going to be to Damien Scully. Once again becomes player of the season in the League of Ireland. I tell you what, he could be the player of the season in any league, but we're just building. We are just rebuilding not only this team, but Ireland. Ireland has got now some amazing players, but we sold Kyle, Faye, O'Connor, Fitzgerald, Gannon, Murray, because we was finding better free agents and better youth players coming through the system where we can afford to have a clear out every season and just try to get something done. But in the Europa League, we're up against French side Stade Rennais, where we actually win 5-1 and aggregate. So we're kind of getting better, actually, if you don't mind me saying. Up against Bromby, we win 6-1 on aggregate, and in the semi-final against Villarreal, even though we're 2-1 down, we win 3-1 in extra time to get to the Europa League final. But here we go. In the Gottlieb Daimler Stadion, it is Frankfurt up against Dundalk for the UEFA Europa League final. This team is probably 5 times better than us, but we have something that they don't have, and that is grit and a good youth system, actually. But it starts off with Quinn running down the field, stopping, passes it through to McKenna, seeing Scully on the wing, and the 2-time player of the season actually manages to give us the lead here in Germany today. We have the chance to go ahead and win it all. We have the chance to win the second biggest competition in European club football, and that is the UEFA Europa League. We failed many times in the Champions League, failed that one time in the Conference League, but we are not failing today. But you got to give up the players, because most of the players that we have used have been Irish talent. So I'll tell you what, I think we've made Ireland a 10 times better national team. But what's this for a glitch that I saw? Some player got injured while tackling their player who also got injured. And during the animation where the player is down on the field, my player just completely ignores the injury and just walks off. But look at this, so close. If the ball got hit by one of the players, it would have gone in. If he actually managed to get on the end of that, that would have been it. But it doesn't matter anyway, because this is the end of the rebuild, because we have won the UEFA Europa League with Irish side Dundalk FC. And there he is. Here is the captain to lift up the UEFA Europa League, and so it is written, so it is done. This rebuild is over because I've tried the Champions League, I failed like 3 times in a row. So if you can try that again, absolutely not. And just to finish it all off, we had one more game to do really, just draw, win the league. We have Dundalk in the cup, so can we do the treble? Yes, 4-1 against Bohemians. We, Dundalk FC, are treble winners. We have won the treble for the first time in one of these rebuilds. We have won the Irish League, the Irish Cup, and the UEFA Europa League. That is probably one of the biggest achievements that I have ever done in any FIFA game, ever. Just ever. But that's going to be the rebuild for Dundalk FC. Please remember to like, to comment, subscribe, and peace. So, you've reached the end of the video. Thank you. That actually goes a long way towards helping the channel. Thank you very much. I hope the video was fun. Hopefully, it was fun. Please make sure to check the other videos out on this channel, and please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It does help out a lot. Thank you.